Yo. All right. We're here. See people pulling up. Salute to everybody. Appreciate you guys for being here. Welcome to the Battle Rap Pull Up Summer Madness 13 from your perspective. I mean, we had the show, shout out to Nico, yesterday, where we kind of said all we needed to say. I know a lot of it was about disaster, but we did towards the end. If you were paying, if you stuck around, we got into Ace Amin, his performance, what this means for him. What else we discussed? Oh, is Jerry West a top tier? Because I know that was like people are very split on that. Like, that's a really good topic that I actually would hopefully you guys elaborate on, because I really want to hear what y'all got to say about that. I'm in the line of saying not quite yet, but he has I believe you can have top tier talent without actually being that just yet. I feel like that was Swamp. I feel like he has top tier like traits and capabilities. Like, I've seen him land haymakers against the likes of Tay Rock and people like that. But it's more to it than just your performance. It's so much other like just key things that I look at. So that was a good topic. And also like what's next with Fonz, because I felt like that grudge match was so long overdue. I don't feel like nobody ever thought about a plan B after that battle actually happened. You know, like, okay, he finally goes against Suge. Consensus is he beat Suge, but nobody has talked about another matchup after he conquers that grudge match. You know what I'm saying? So I think we touched on some really like interesting topics. It was less about the wins and losses of Summer Madness. It was more about looking ahead after. So I think me and Nico talked before the show. I was like, do we really need to talk? Because like there was no really strong takeaways from the material within the battles from most of them. So I was just like, that'd be kind of mundane and just kind of plain. It was just like, let's find some, I don't know, I guess you would call it subplots or whatever. So I see M Lang is here. Let me make sure I'm looking at the chat. Shout out Battle Rap Bum Nitty in here. Shout out to you. My man Terrell in here. Let's go. Oh shit, we watched Battle Rap, long time no see. Glad that y'all still out here. My man King Rowe, what up though? Goose, Utah in the building. Mama, what up, Queen, the goddess. Mr. Petty, Soul Dad. My man, that's the homie. And yeah, man, just everybody. King Rose says, is Jerry a top tier? No. We'll see. I'm like I said, I'm about to get y'all thoughts. Let me go ahead and add M Lane to the stream. Good brother, very knowledgeable. He is. What up?
Hey Ledge, how you doing?
Good, man. How's everything?
It's going good. I just made it back home from the event actually, so I was
got
there
some
front
camera
and center.
time. I thought, was that you? I saw briefly.
Yeah, no, like that was when Ace landed a bar about the flathead bar that he had about the Ace Hardware, the flathead bar. Now my hands was like this on my head because I'm like, yo, what did he just say?
No.
Like,
No. Real sick line. I seen that.
The 762, was it the 762 joint or
It was, I think it might have been it might have just been the math barbershop shop shit because that's what I've been
Barbershop.
seeing.
I said, yeah.
You
That was me.
looked at somebody, I'm like, yo, I don't. Is that? I think that's Lane. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nah. I was like right in the
You
front,
had
in
good
the
seats,
front
bro.
center. Yeah. Nah, but I want to talk about the subplots too because those are some good topics, especially the Fawn
Appreciate it.
situation. Because I think there's a few matchups afterwards. It may not be of the same stature, but just a few other people he could see after that. And I also want to talk about the Jerry West situation because we actually had the same kind of conversation about Loso when Loso was battling T Top about like whether he's top tier or he's on a precipice, but did he like reach there yet? So I kind of wanted to touch on
Yeah,
that
no,
too.
for sure. But before you get into, that, I do, you were there, so like
Mhm.
I'm trying to estimate because I think the first battle kicked off around 4:30 ish. It felt like
Mhm.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I want to say the event ended roughly around 11 ish. So that's a lot of time to be in the building.
Yeah,
I'm tired watching it, so I can only
right.
imagine with being in the building. What time? How long? Like, what time did you get there, and how long did you have to wait in line? And how long was it like before then when y'all got in? Because I'm
So I'm old fashioned, right? So like I'm people know me, right? But I'm not. I haven't reached the status of getting member passes to go in whatever time. So old
mhm,
fashioned, right? I come in, wait in the line like everybody else. I came in around like 10 o'clock. They probably let us in around like 1 or 2 or whatever. But we're on Central Time though, or whatever. So
okay,
we was outside for like about 3 hours, whatever, chopping it up or whatever with some of the people frontline. Shout out to frontline. We get in, takes them about hour and a half to start the battles, whatever. I mean,
okay,
that's not good, but it's good relative to the other times that it took them to start the battles. The intermissions weren't that bad, honestly. The
mhm,
intermissions were pretty quick for the most part, at least from our end, because we it was about 15 to 20 minutes, some of them 30 minutes or whatever, but like the
that's what
intermissions didn't seem that
it felt like
bad.
that. It felt like
But my legs were most definitely shot after the John and T Top battle. Like as soon as that battle hit, my legs were gone. That was the equivalent of like Mook and Reed. When that happened, like my legs, my energy was just gone after that.
was that what the fourth battle of the night?
That was the fifth. That was right
Yeah,
before we got the last two. So
yeah.
I lost my voice after Ace and Nitty. So I lost my voice early on in the
Early,
battle
yeah.
or early on in the event or whatever. But overall, I felt like everybody there was entertained. I know people said like the crowd was dead after a certain period of time.
Hmm.
It was hot as hell outside, and we was waiting for a minute. And I think that some of the performances just didn't really captivate the audience like that. I felt like the Diz situation kind of like messed with the energy of the crowd a little bit. I know after that battle, I kind of had a sour taste in my mouth because of that.
Yeah,
But I do think that we gave a proper reception to the people that deserved it. I still felt like we gave it up to Jerry West when he had his performance. We gave it up to Fonz and Suge in the second round. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the crowd was overall dead, but I mean, shit, it
yeah,
was 7 battles. We were like initially it was 5. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So 7 plus we've been outside all day. You know,
Yeah, I didn't. This was a shout out to Gina. Let me say shout out to Gina, Don Juan. I see other
shout out to
people in
Gina.
here.
Shout out to the
Jones.
chat.
Yeah. I will say, like, I was like, I don't think the chat has. I mean, the crowd. I don't think the crowd was a bad crowd. I think it was more of a restless crowd. It was
Mm,
because, like, when people were saying, "Oh, they ain't catching, they sleeping," it's a bad crowd. This wasn't the same when I can tell when crowds are just disinterested, and I'm
right.
just like, "No, that's fucked up." Like, y'all not even giving them a chance.
Mm.
But you're talking 7 battles, and they in the first battle took a lot.
Oh
Like you're
yeah.
talking about
Oh
Ace.
yeah.
Ace landed like 4 or 5 haymakers, Rum going crazy. Then you kind of get deflated off the Diz situation. So you're just emotionally drained. Like you just went from cheering to some people being furious. And that's with the first 2 battles. So it's like, what's really left for you to do?
Yeah.
Like you on a roller coaster. So I wasn't even tripping on the crowd this time around. I thought everybody got their just due. I did think it took them a little late to catch on to starting to vibe with Fonz, but Fonz,
Yeah,
he's
no. Myself and Smo was there too. Shout out to Smo from Let's Talk Battle Rap. We were there, and we were like, it was a lot like for Fonz, who was landing punches consistently. It was a lot of there was no screaming or whatever. It was like, ooh, that was hard. Like it was
yeah.
more of that aspect
I
of it.
heard a lot of that too. I heard a lot of that for Sick too as well. Like
Yeah,
'cause even though he was saying what, come on, like I was like, no, I hear them. They just not, yeah. And that's one thing people got to realize. Battles got to realize, like just because you're not getting the overall exuberant cheer,
People
don't
people
mean
are
people
watching it.
ain't.
People listening
Yeah,
to shit.
don't
Yeah.
yeah, don't mean people ain't fucking with your material. I see hardcore flavor in here. What up, Flavor? I forgot to ask Flavor, were you in the
What's
building?
up? No.
You wasn't there? Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay.
What's up, Mr.
What's
Lane? How are you,
You
brother?
want to know hardcore?
yeah, man. So how you feel about the event, bro?
I gave it a 6 overall.
I gave it a 6.5. Wayne, what you give it? Oh, it's kind of different in the building
Yeah,
though as
no, but I
well.
watched all the battles back. You know what I'm saying? Because they finally gave us the VOD yesterday. So in the building, I was more on like a 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but on the watch back, I sit firmly at like a 7. You know what I'm saying? I think that
That ain't
I ain't
bad.
gonna lie. I think that like I think the biggest discrepancy is that people wanted more back and forths, like good back and forths. But there were individual performances that I appreciated. Like I
Does that
appreciated.
outweigh a good back and forth though? Because to me, it doesn't.
I mean, because the excitement, right? Because like I think that like I really appreciated the DNA and Jerry West battle because I appreciate the moment for Jerry West. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciated Fonz and Suge, even though Suge could have been a little bit better. I appreciate Fonz is, in my opinion, him ascending to a high level in that battle because I thought he was really good in that battle. I can understand like the value of the event going down because of Diz.
Mm-hmm.
That there's not much to say about that. And then John and T Top wasn't
It was
that good of
so
a battle
early
too.
that energy went down too, Lane.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is though, is like again, I do feel like again, when you have Ace and Rum to start off the shit, and that was battle of the night, and then the Diz situation happened. Again, I think people were still interested in the battles, but I don't think that like the energy was as high. I will say that. But we were
Yeah.
still interested in the battle. We were paying attention to all other battles coming up. I honestly think that you know, the I honestly thought that like people were really entertained with Fonz and Suge. Like people were like, "Oh wow,
That was a good battle.
yeah, like Fonz is really
Solid
showing us
battle.
that he's here." You know what I'm saying? So
I
yeah,
guess I always view things like once the high is over because everyone is on a high because
right,
watching it live. That's why we want to see it live because
yeah,
there's no better feeling than watching it in real time. But once you come down for that, now I'm like, how many of these battles in full am I going to
hmm
watch again? Not just a round or a particular moment.
2 of them.
hmm
And I'm at 2. I think I'm only going to watch Rock and Av and
Twerk and Hollow.
and Ace and Rum.
Twerk and Hollow, no.
Excuse me, Twerk and Hollow. So maybe 3 because
yeah.
I do like Twerk and Hollow actually a lot more than probably the consensus does. So
I
maybe
will
so maybe
say
3.
I will say that this SM, I mean, relatively speaking, right? This SM to me is better than the last two that we got. You know, so they're trying to like I think is better than 12 and 11 in my opinion. Like I thought,
Damn, I
then
gotta look at the rundown. I gotta look at the.
the main event, and then the main event is like the best main event we had in a very long time. You know what I'm saying? I think that the main event that we got from Rock and Tay Rock lived up to what it was supposed to be. I mean, it may not have been a classic, but it was still a really good battle. We haven't really had a good SM main event in a while too. So, I mean, those are the positives I see out the event. Like you know, like in my opinion. I know people are more on like the 6.5. I'm more on like a 7.5. Just because I feel like the main event was good. We got a battle of the year contender from Ace and Nitty. And then there's a couple performances in there that were worthwhile to me. You know what I'm saying? Because like again, me seeing and I ain't gonna front. I didn't think DNA was bad in the Jerry West battle. I just thought Jerry West was just
Yeah, no, he
really
wasn't.
good.
He
He
wasn't.
was really good in that battle. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know there's a lot of people that are like, you know, half and half on Jerry. Some people like him, some people don't. But I thought his performance was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's what pushes me to like the 7.5. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking about
Oh
from a
yeah,
replay value standpoint in terms of all the battles, I can see that.
yeah,
Nobody's returning to John and T Top.
at all.
You may return to 6 first round for disaster, but the overall thing was just a
Yeah,
disaster,
but the
no pun
whole
intended,
battle
or
you're not
whatever.
watching.
Um, but yeah, and then I said Twerking Hollow was a good battle. A- uh, Av and Rock lived up to the expectations. And then Ace and Rum was battle of the night, and it was a good battle.
Yeah,
So
I'm yeah
that's about that's
I'm at
about half
3.
of the card. It's a little under half, but that's about half of the card.
I think it's a little reachy. I think you were reaching. I can't give it half, bro, because
It's a little under half. It's a little under half. You know what I'm
because his
saying?
DNA was solid and commendable, and Suge was like his first round was solid. It was like a
His second
good.
was his best round.
His second was his best round that I thought Fonz dropped the ball on when he opened up the second round. I think was that the round he tried to like a little rebuttal type of.
Yeah, that was the first rebuttal, but the other rebuttal we had with the T Mac in the third rebuttal, that
That
was
was
good.
fire.
The first rebuttal and the second wasn't. It was
Yeah,
alright.
but like he caught wind in the middle of the second, and everything changed with getting out of the repetitive flow pocket that Av suffered. I felt like in his battle, like I felt like Av was saying dope shit, but sometimes when you say dope shit one way, the whole battle.
He does have like a little delivery thing that he does for like his setup or whatever.
And I figured out the formula. He'll say something. He has like a short bar and then a long bar to punch. He'll be like,
the Boost Mary, the Deuce Mary, and I hit him on the flow. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, his pattern be like, and you don't really want no drama with him, because I'll something with them.
Slide on your can. Yeah.
Like he does that. And Chess better not get in the way, because and then that whole sequence is going. Like I'm just like, you gotta break that up. What changed for Fonz is when he got into that fast flow with something with Jim, bow flex, something, marching with the sticks, the protest, and the crowd went crazy, and it changed the whole dynamic of that battle.
Yeah,
and they was with him from that round all the way through the third. So I see Poncho in here. Let me get Poncho in here.
I wanted to shout out to Poncho. That's my guy. I wanted to ask Hardcore. Did Ace surprise you, sir?
Yes, he did. Very, very. Yes, he did.
All right.
I respect
that. Respect that.
So he gained respect from you from that performance.
He still did what I always say he do though. He still did that. He still did this.
He was a little
bit.
Still did that. And so no, because he does that every battle. So that's the part that once he cleared that part out, then he could maybe win a round, because he clearly didn't win a round in that battle to me.
Clearly, I got a question for Flavor too.
I don't know if I'm gonna say he clearly didn't win a round. I'm not mad. Listen, hey Flavor, I'm not mad if you give Rum every round. He was that good, but I don't know. I guess I'm just uncomfortable with how definitive you said it, but I ain't mad at it.
So you guys feel like the third. Well, let's get this, because I know this is the dialogue, right?
On the show too.
The third. You guys feel like, regardless of how impactful it is, it has to be direct towards your opponent?
Lane, because I got to.
What's that, Poncho? Poncho, you can't cut somebody off and have terrible Wi-Fi. We ain't doing that. Hold on, Lane, and then just like we can't even hear you. Yeah. Oh, you sound bad. It's you have to. Hey,
I got
log. I'm gonna let him log out and come back, because your shit is really cutting up bad. But that's what we talked about too, Lane.
Yeah.
About Sacker. Do you penalize him for? Because I think Mike P said it. He said that you can't give a round. That's a sacrifice round where, the point of what you're saying is way more important than who you're battling. Like you think about six round versus Mike P, the beat out round versus it.
Okay.
But I feel like we be selective with that, because even though, because like Easy and Geechee do that a lot in their rounds.
Yeah.
And we all, like, I don't know. So,
well, a recent example we can use is Nun's third for against Real Deal, right? So like for me, I know a lot of people said like, well, I don't know what to do with the third because it's not pertaining to Real Deal, but people still gave him the round in that battle, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. But for me, I had Nitty the first two.
Me too.
And I had Ace with the third.
So did I.
I'm not mad at somebody, because here's the thing. The crazy part about it is it would be different if Nitty's third wasn't good, which rarely does he give a not good round. But his third was good too. So I can see why somebody can say like, well, what do you say to someone that has a good round that's aimed towards you or whatever? But I just thought Ace's third was so good to where it's just like, I'm sorry, like it was that good.
And people I think kind of got revisionist history. The whole round wasn't on that.
No, like, a large portion of it, what I'm saying, was pertaining to like what Smack did for the culture, for himself, for other battlers and stuff like that. But no, it wasn't. But at the same time, it's like,
Yeah, I ain't mad. I think like that's how good the battle. The battle is so good. You could say a lot of different things. You could say Ace 2-1. You can say Nitty 2-1. You can say Nitty 3-0. Like that's the marks of a good battle. Melly in here. Oh, let me add Melly. Make sure. But shout out to Melly. Shout out to T. I see T is in here. Not in the stream yet, but I see her in the chat.
Hey Melly.
Hey Melly.
I'm gonna say that this event was a 4, and that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I was not happy. I don't know what y'all were talking about. I don't have much time, but
damn, a 4.
My boss has been next to me all day and talking to me all day, so I did not like the event, and I was trying not to be biased. So even though I don't like URL, and URL is my enemy right now, well, not enemy because they don't matter that much, but
damn,
I tried, but I don't know the whole feel about the URL, and I'm just gonna say that before I leave. URL, I feel Summer Madness was not promoted correctly either from the battlers or anything. So you coming into it, it's weird. The placement of the battles was weird. Disaster sucked all the energy out.
Yeah, he did bad with that one.
It was
Too early.
horrible. It was horrible.
And he made
what Melly, what would have been a better placement for you? Like, what would have sufficed for you? Because I actually, even though I was always thinking like we got to have Suge and Fonz first, it turned out they knew what they were talking about because Ace and Rum set a great tone for the night.
I mean,
am I right?
I had to rewatch it, but yes, it was a good battle. I'm not gonna say it was a bad battle. Okay, it was a good battle. Ace and Nitty is just starting with Ace, with him being the first. Was it his first URL stage?
Not his first stage, not like his first. Well, no, he
Summer
did. What was that? Him and Snake Eyes was like Summer Impact. So
this is his first stage in a while.
Summer Madness. That's his first Summer Madness.
This is his first official real Summer Madness. Yeah,
like starting the first rap with someone that never had a Summer Madness experience. I think that was a mistake, but it was a good battle. I just feel that way. Rum Nitty was Rum Nitty. I'm not mad at Rum Nitty. Disaster should have never been there. Happy about Sick. But Disaster was a disaster. He lived up to his name, and I
agree he shouldn't have been there.
He should not have been there. That's what happens when you try to be petty. It is what it is. Okay, y'all try to be petty and coming after people, and now he sucked all the energy out. And then after that, the flow was the energy was kind of like, The energy was after that. Even if it was, who was next? Fonz and Suge?
I believe so.
It wasn't that good. The crowd was kind of like already dead from booing Disaster for so long. And who was after that?
That was DNA and Jerry, I believe.
Oh, that was a good battle, but it wasn't a good battle. But it was a good battle. You understand what I mean? Like,
well, Jerry stood out. You know what I'm saying? Jerry definitely. He woke the crowd up. He woke
the crowd up, but the crowd went to sleep afterwards.
Yeah, I see, and that's why I was saying I give it like a low rating, and I don't know how many because like while there were standout performances, it was like Jerry would do something to wake the crowd up. They'd get back restless. Tay-Rock first round, I felt like I was like, oh shit, because like the crowd was rocking when Rock his first couple of bars, and then it got back. Twerk did try to do his best too, but I don't even think that was because he angled a lot in this battle. He angled so much it didn't feel like a New Jersey Twerk battle, and I felt like it kind of threw the crowd off. Like that's why the few moments that they showed was him in that vintage Twerk bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just I kind of agree with Melly. Like the energy would be there momentarily for certain moments, but for the most part, it
died down. And then even if Twitty was back up, like I feel like Twerk brought out Twitty and brought him out because maybe he was scared he was gonna choke. I don't know what was happening with that, because what was the purpose of bringing?
He was doing a rendition of what Lux did.
on the
202.
Hollow and
against Rock. It's a reference. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just it was a callback to another battle. I mean, Twerk was used in the battle, you know what I'm saying?
I was about to say. Oh, so she didn't see that battle.
Right.
So Twerk was used as a prop as when Lux and Hollow were going against Chess and Rock. So he flipped him being used as a prop for them against Hollow, who was a part of the reason. So it was like, I guess if you watch the battle, it'll make more sense.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the battle later on and let y'all know if it made sense, but I don't know if it was necessary on the Summit Madness stage.
What's up, everybody?
He wanted to get there, but I don't know. Who was next after that?
What's up, Punch?
I think that was that's the main event. Then is Rock and Ave.
Hey, real quick, before y'all talk about the main event, I don't care. Yeah. Flavor, give me my money.
Damn.
What happened?
That was aggressive.
It was aggressive because this is what happens when you bet with Mr. 90. No, I needed my money yesterday.
Damn.
Flavor hiding. Flavor's doing his best Daffy Duck impression.
Wait, what y'all bet on again?
2 battles.
We bet on John winning, and we bet on Jerry West winning. I need my money.
John and T-Top's not a clear battle, but
that's not. Wait, you think you should get something for that battle?
Bro, we went off fan votes. Who won the fan votes?
Oh, that's true. John won 53%, but even
47.
Well, listen, Flavor, I was trying to shoot you bail, but if y'all
I got him. I'm sending it to him in a couple minutes.
All right, bet.
Couple minutes.
Doing something.
Gina's trying to get on as well too, Ledge.
Oh shit, Gina in here. Okay, my fault. Let's go, Gina. Where's she at? I don't even see. Oh shit. Here you go. There she go. What up, Gina?
Av won that main event though. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Av won that main event.
Rock Gentleman's 30.
I had Av 2-1 with him potentially maybe edging each round 2. My only caveat is he did rap a lot longer than Tay-Rock did in each round. But I personally have Av first and third, with the second being you can give that to whomever. But I have Av first and third.
There's 2 battles I didn't score. I didn't score Av and Rock. And I haven't scored, and I'm never scoring John and T-Top. Like, that battle was a disaster.
First of all, John, that battle was good. You have to rewatch it.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. G.
What?
Rewatch
it.
It was horrible.
John versus T-Top. John won clear. If you rewatch it, T-Top.
What rounds you have, Gina, for
every single round? If anything, if you want to give T-Top the first, okay. But T-Top's third was disgusting. Also, the tea was too much. It was too much tea and T-Top's, like, it was too much. And he didn't crack that third round. He had us waiting thinking he's going to spill something crazy. And it's the same stuff that they've been saying about John for 900 years. Like,
did you like John's angles in the battle?
I did, actually.
Yo, you gotta be kidding.
No, she didn't, bro. This is bias.
I am definitely biased media, and I don't care because I claim it. But
that's a damn shame.
Another thing, though.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Let's go to hell. But another battle you should rewatch is the Twerk versus Hollow, because listen, people are trying to kill me. Huh?
You have Hollow 2-1, don't you?
I do.
Of course she does.
And what rounds do you have for that one?
But did y'all rewatch it?
Yeah, I did.
No.
I want to ask what rounds did you have for that battle? Like what rounds
did you give Hollow second and third?
That is nasty work.
Yeah.
This is a sick Negro.
That's disgusting.
You gave him the third.
That third with Twerk, that was so cringe. First of all,
Ledge, this is all your fault, my guy.
That third round from Twerk, like, I get it's nice. Like, I get what he was trying to do.
Jersey judges battle rap.
But the thing that I don't like about that third from Twerk is that it took too long. It took too long. And it just felt like you was just taking somebody else's stuff and flipping it. Nitty coming out was so cringe. Like, they didn't do it right. Maybe it was the crowd that it didn't like make it hit for me, because I remember the Loaded Hollows battle, and I love the new thing and the what you call Ledge is so annoying with every comment. Man, I hate you. But it's like, I liked it because if you remember, Twerk jumped in on their battle, you know, and all that. It was cute. And even like back to the Hollow versus Loaded Lux, it was cute. It was cool.
My question, Gina, real quick. I just want to ask, right? Because it seems to me that you're more
Bias.
you're pretty much more displeased with what Twerk did as opposed to what because what did you like from Hollow in his third?
Oh, let me tell you. Okay, so if you
His
look at
haircut.
first of all, Hollow did look amazing. He looked very healthy. First of all, should I turn the camera on?
She's
I don't want to
judging
turn the
battles
camera on
off
because I don't
looks.
want y'all to see me explaining this.
They lighting your ass up in these comments.
I
Swear
know.
to God.
I'm gonna show
I'm
my
trying to
face.
shoot you some
It's
bail.
whatever.
I'm trying to
But
understand.
here's the thing. So if you look at all three of Hollow's rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
He predicted everything that Twerk was gonna do. It's the not only predicting what he said, you're gonna remix some of my stuff, but he also like rebutted a bunch of his stuff, Twerk's angles, and it's like it neutralized it for me because I'm like, that's a fake
Which
angle because
angles did he which
the
angle did in
calling the
particular?
911, saying he's a couch hopper, even stealing LOM, all that. The same angles we've heard 7 years now for Hollow. But also he predicted, I forget what round it was. I think it was maybe the second
It was
round.
the first round where he predicted one of the lines Twerk said, but then Twerk
That
also
one,
predicted a line
you're
that
gonna
Hollow said as well. So does he get credit for that?
But here's the thing. There's another thing that he predicted. He
What else?
predicted that whole third round from Twerk because he said, "Oh, you're really good at stealing other people's shit and then remixing it, and people react like it's hot." Go back to, I think it was the second round. He said that, and then here go him with this tight ass jacket that didn't even fit him. He had to take it off and throw it. You wasn't ready. You wasn't ready for the props.
So you like the strategy, but I'm asking you, what are your favorite lines from Hollow in the battle? Like, what are
Oh,
your
I
favorite?
wrote it down. Can I
Okay. The
Oh, I
Gordon
don't know
Ramsay line was
if I
cool.
leave this. I don't know if it's gonna let me.
No,
Okay, I'm gonna
once you
just come back
leave,
if
no,
it.
don't quote no
Okay.
Hollow rounds. Don't quote nothing from
Quote him.
Hollow. You good.
I'm gonna quote him. I'm gonna quote him.
You're good on all that.
I will say Hollow was solid. He wasn't
No,
ass or
Hollow
nothing.
was solid in the battle, but like it's for me, it's hard for me because like even if you want to say like, oh, Hollow predicting all this and all that, that's fine. Counterwriting is good when you're trying to neutralize your opponent, but you also have to attack your opponent in a way. And I feel like when Hollow did try to do that, it just didn't land for me the same way. You know what I'm saying? Because like I thought his third round he was gonna touch on something like when he brought up the paperwork or whatever in terms of like like the petty theft situation. I thought the concept was
You're supposed to be
cool,
my friend, Ems.
but I
That's
just
the
felt
same
like there's
thing.
certain
That's the same
segments where
thing that
like he
happened with
had
Ace in
stuff
that
and it
third
just didn't land.
thing too. That's the same thing
You
that
said
happened
what?
Also, he brought up
That's
the
the same thing that
paperwork. We
happened
gonna
with
forget
Lane.
about
I mean,
the
with
paperwork.
That's what I
Hurt.
just said. Like he brought out the paperwork, but I felt like it fell
was
flat after that. Like I thought
really.
he was gonna. Like no, I thought the first part of it was good, but I thought he was gonna tie it in because like the last thing he said was like, and then you also have a crime for stealing money from this league, and I thought that was gonna tie into like
And
maybe.
the league that I was gonna be on, that I literally showed up and Twerk no showed. Yeah, I'm so happy he brought up the J400 thing because
Yeah, for
nobody
sure.
pressed
But I
him on
thought
it.
he was gonna make it tie in even
He
more to
called him
like
Ja
Twerk's
for it.
trajectory in his
He
career
called
and
him
stuff like
Ja
that. Like
too.
I thought he was gonna build more on that, but he kind of left that aside and then just got back to like rapping. I don't know. Like
Are y'all trying to cape for Hollow right now?
no, I'm
No,
not. I'm
he's
saying
explaining to me why he is not
You know,
good.
Poncho. He knows he
right.
only got one.
So for
Pancho,
me,
Poncho only got one
I thought
functioning
Howell
earlobe.
didn't pick. I thought Howell didn't pick up until the second round. I thought his second round was really good.
second and the
But
third.
but I cannot give Hollow that third, man. He didn't say anything better than, even if you want to say he predicted it, the line was still fire. Like you and
Bro,
your
his
son hopping from
rebuttal of
couch
the
to couch, like
dyslexic,
there's lava on the ground. Like that line was
that
crazy.
was
The
great.
Yeah,
there
I
was
think
only 5 of y'all in one class, so how you not special?
Oh,
No,
that was
stuff
crazy.
like that.
Like
That
This
come
is
was
on,
why,
like how do you
crazy.
give
it's
Hollow the
hard.
third?
This is stuff like that. Like, this is why I'm biased because
That's
stuff
some
like
crazy
that, it
shit.
hurt my feelings. So like, it make me not even want to listen to you and like you because first of all, he told him, "Oh, you pretend that you tell your son that the floor is lava, so he hopping from couch to couch."
Couch to couch. Oh
I
my
said, first of all,
god.
that's personal. That's so mean. Why are you talking about
Crazy.
me and my lip? Like, I get offended. Like, this is why I can't judge battles because it's like it's me he's talking to. Like, don't ever call me homeless in front of people. Like, what? Like, and then also it was the thing about it was only 5 people in your class and they
How
doing
you
better
not
than you.
touch it?
Like that.
That was crazy. That's
Twerk can go to hell.
I think
Twerk, I'm blocking
I
Twerk. I'm blocking Twerk again. Like,
I think the only round I think I gave Hollow. I think I did give Hollow the
No
second.
more
But
blocking
I
allowed
just
on
can't give
Twitter.
him.
The second
Twitter
is
doesn't
close
allow
to
people to
me.
block them.
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
like
I
an
don't think.
right.
Yeah,
It's an
The
edge.
second I think was the best because from Hollow was because of the rebuttals. He had 3 rebuttals
the
in a row.
dyslexic, the 2 L's make a W. Dyslexic was
Yep,
good.
the
You know what?
the
I think
PS2 and the
Gina might not be wilding. I think I gave actually. Did I give him the? I think I might have gave Hollow the third. Wait.
You gave
his third
Hollow.
was
I
Bro,
more
don't see how
don't
you
let
could give
Gina
Hollow that
persuade
third.
you, bro. We ain't
I
doing
don't know how you
that.
could give Hollow that third.
No, I'm saying I think I only gave him one round. I just can't remember what round it was.
It wasn't the
he lost.
third.
He lost the battle.
and
But
that's Soledad. Soledad said my Hollow bias is stronger than my Jersey bias. Here's the thing. Like, I love Jersey, but I prefer Newark, New Jersey, not all of Jersey. Twerk is from
so
Trenton.
you ain't really repping Jersey. You don't even rep Jersey.
Twerk ain't even from Jersey. Twerk be repping DMV. So when he start repping Jersey for real,
But
then
isn't
I'm
he from like the capital of Jersey though? Like, isn't he from like
Yes, he's from
He's from
Trenton.
Trenton,
New
but
Jersey?
like nobody claims Trenton as the capital. They always say it's Newark because it's the biggest city in New Jersey.
It's kind of like Chicago and
like everybody knows that.
You fake
Chicago,
Jersey.
yeah,
Gina's fake
yeah.
Jersey.
Gina
What type of
got him
person
arguing. Look at that.
reps
Yeah.
half a state?
Wait,
I ain't gonna front. I still have Hollow. I still have I still have Twerk 2-1, maybe a Gentleman's, just because I feel like he was just a little bit more consistent. And on top of that, I feel like people were saying that like Twerk wasn't his regular himself. It's because he had a little bit more to his arsenal. I feel like his angles were good. I feel like the way he was able to execute it and the way that he was able to talk to Hollow in that third round was good. And he gave you traditional Twerk in the first where he was electrifying. So I feel like he gave you a mixed bags of things to appreciate. Like, if you want the back-to-back puncher Twerk, look at his first round. If you want the dissecting your opponent, you know what I'm saying, look at the third round. The second gives you a little bit of both. I thought Hollow was good. I just think he needs to be a little bit more consistent. Is it me or Hollow had shorter rounds than Twerk in this battle too?
He did, and I counted them.
I'm used to Hollow having the longer rounds, so that but
he did. He had shorter rounds.
Ledge.
Twerk beat Hollow without a strapped in. That's all I'm saying.
Ledge, I can't hear you.
Huh?
I'm a drop. There was somebody else that wanted to come up.
Who?
I don't know.
Oh,
Hollow had 4-minute rounds, and Twerk had 10-minute rounds. I counted them.
Bye, Melly. We love you. We sorry the battles didn't live up to expectations, but damn, I actually don't. She gave it a 4. I give it a 6.5.
I gave it a 6. I gave the event.
I gave it an ass 0.5.
Can we real quick? Can we? Because we Gina, because I know you said you still had Rum Nitty to.
Who was that talking to me?
Malcolm.
Sorry. I thought it was Poncho. I was like, Poncho, don't ask me nothing.
But I wanted to say, because shout out to you and your channel, whatever. I'm subscribed or whatever.
Look,
very
even M Lang. You know what, M Lang? Shout out to you, M Lang. M Lang.
So I guess I gotta take my retweet back.
I didn't see it.
Let him get to his question.
Sorry, M Lang. My bad.
No, but I wanted to ask, because I know you say you still had Nitty, 2-1, maybe, Gentlemen's, whatever. Maybe, but like, were you still like, did Ace earn your respect in that battle?
M Lang. We gonna keep it very, very real. I rewatched that battle. I was being a hater, like, let me actually put myself on the camera to say this. When I tell you, I've been an Ace hater for real. Even on the live, like when we were watching it, I was being such a hater. Like, I just didn't want to see it for Ace. I actually hate Poncho. Poncho is a fake supporter. Like, he does not actually support me when it counts. But anyway, so yeah, I was being a real hater of Ace. And I just didn't really want to hear him for real. But he put on a good, I want to say, it was kind of one of the best performances, like, of the whole night. I can't even, like, I think he still lost. I think I got Nitty all 3 rounds, but that third round, I think, is preference. Like, what do you prefer? A real nigga third, or, someone going directly? And I personally almost always lean to a personal, like, Like, I want you to talk to your opponent. Maybe if beat out, like if it was beat out, like I don't know, like it depends, like on how I feel and like what I think it is. Also, I feel like whenever it's about like being on URL side, especially in this climate, I just be like, you want him to like you so bad. He already hired you. It's okay. Like, you don't have to, be like that. But no, I'm being a hater. But I think it was cute. But I really think Ace did a good job. I thought he was gonna die. That's the thing that just really shook me. I thought he was gonna die so bad. But he didn't.
Yeah, I think the beautiful thing about this battle, because me, especially being in the room, was Ace actually went first. In Ace first round, I was like, that was one of the few times I was like, wow, Nitty's getting pushed on the ropes a little bit, but then Nitty showed why he was Nitty, and Nitty was incredible.
I was like, oh my god, Nitty gonna rap, but like,
bro, the pager line, the dopamine. I've never seen someone like flip
dopamine. That's how he said it.
Dopamine, like it's gonna release from the brain, the dopamine. Like that line was crazy. The Ace hardware, the flathead. Oh man, stuff happens. Oh
the stuff happens
was
crazy. That was crazy. That might be bar of the year, man.
You know what was crazy? The way Ace started off his third when he said, "Hey, yo, if he have another round like that, snuff him. All right, just punch him in the face."
Yeah, you heard that, right? You heard that. He said that a few times. Like
Nitty's second was the best round of the battle, in my opinion. His second round was
in my opinion. I had Rum when I did my performers. I don't know list. Some people may have seen it, some people not. But I had Rum first, Ace second, Jerry West third, Fonz fourth, and I think I might have had Twerk fifth.
Oh, I saw your list. I didn't agree with it. But you see how I didn't agree and I didn't like blast you on the internet?
He said he had Nitty at first, and then Ace. Yeah. For me, anytime like performance of the night is always interesting because like you can have the battle of the night, but typically the element of performance of the night is like having a clear win and showcasing your dominance. So I'm not mad at you putting Ace and Nitty over Jerry West, but I personally would just have Jerry West just because he had the clearest win.
Yeah, but that's why I framed it. Actually, on the graphic, I framed it most impressive. Like we did like performance, you would go off a win and like who overcame most. Like actually, Fonz would be higher because Fonz was like an underdog in that battle and won clearly. Fonz was an underdog and won clear, which is funny because Suge was the underdog versus Chess and won clearly. So it's just funny how the tables turn, right? But
that was another one. You want to talk about my bias?
But yeah, so I did just most impressive. Like round for round, Rum. All three of Rum rounds was like superb, but like the second was a standout. But all three and Ace, and I really feel like Ace would have beat the rest of that.
Absolutely,
of that card. That's how good he was to me. Like, damn. He literally went against the only person on that card that night that had better material. So it's just like bad luck, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how but I'm not mad. You can, they're all kind of interchangeable to a degree. So I'm not mad at that.
Ledge, what was your ranking for the event?
For me, what I had it at?
No, Mr. Ledge.
For
what? Madness 13, your ranking for the event.
Oh, well, like what I gave it over. I gave it 6.5.
Okay. I gave it a 6. Okay.
Yeah. I think anywhere between a 6 to 7, solid 7 is pretty cool. Like I like if you giving it a 8. I feel like anybody that gives it over a 7.5 is probably from an in the building experience.
I gave it the 8 a first night it happened, but now I'm like at a 7.5 or 7 right now.
Because I get atmosphere plays a part in all that. Like it's more when y'all in the building, it's more than just the battles for y'all. Like Gina knows Gina done been in events like. It's things that make the event whole. That's not just the battles that take a card from a 6 to an 8. So I totally get that. So I ain't knocking it. But Gina, what's the next event you going to?
Max Out.
I'm gonna be there too.
You gonna be there? Right?
No, but here's the thing: the experience may not be that great because I hear it's kind of hard to hear battles in that room, especially because it's going to be jam packed.
And it's full, right? It's like sold out. It's going to be wall to wall.
200 people and it's full.
Yeah.
Are you going just as a spectator or are you going to do some media shit?
No, I like most of the time I just go as a spectator and I just write up blogs or whatever about the media, whatever. So
oh my goodness. I already know she about to turn up. Oh, you can't. Wait, are you gonna be able to do media and hang with T at the same time? Like you can't do both, Gina.
I'm media ledge. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta bust moves.
Oh, wow.
Averb just liked my video too about Summer Madness recap. So.
Oh, that means she don't have Averb beating A-Ward.
Yo, you better not do
Well,
that.
no, I've been had Averb beating A-Ward though.
Did you? Okay.
Like
That's
even
disgusting.
before the slander happened.
Okay.
I told you
yeah.
I just became an A-Ward fan like this year.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
I was
In
an
one of his
A-Ward
tougher
hater.
years, that's kind of crazy how you became an A-Ward fan in one of his tougher years this year.
It was because I went to the Chrome event with him and Vixen, and I was like, oh my god, I see the light. Like, yeah, but I'm secretly still a hater. I have a thing about white rappers. No offense, but
no, that's not like uncommon though. A lot of people do. I think so. I am gonna do RBE like the pull up before the event.
You did? You doing that, Ledge? I clicked no. I thought you had.
You lost. So.
Yeah. You got 24 hours left, so
you lost that vote. So I am going to do it.
I can make a few more accounts to vote.
That'd be shady as fuck. Let me find out you Kevin Durant out here.
I'm playing.
Let me find out. But yeah, so pull up if you got like any last minute predictions or things like that. I'm probably going to change my mind on a few of those. I don't really have no strong predictions on that card yet. Outside of I got
St.
Ward
Louis 03.
I got Ward over Verb. I got Big K over Young Ill.
I got St. Louis going 0-3.
Wow, really?
Damn, I think because I got Ill Will over. Yeah, damn, I do too. I'm sorry.
I got Hitman over Will. Mm-hmm.
Hey Lane, you want to bet?
Really, Lane? That's what you're doing?
I don't gamble.
I got Ill Will, and Big K.
Yeah, one, I don't gamble, and two, I'm not gambling over that battle because that battle's going to be a great battle. Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is Will and Hitman are both in my top 5, like in terms of like favorite battlers. So for me, it's like the reason why, like I won't, because like Hitman, right, is going to be super motivated for the battle. People keep saying he can't rap. People keep saying that, like, you know what I'm saying, like he can't beat Ill Will, right? And in Ill Will, I call him like the battle rap chameleon because he can beat any style you want. You want a freestyler, he can do that. You want, intricate writing, he can do that. Back-to-back punching, charisma, performance, like he can do all that type of stuff. But I have Hitman 2-1 just because I think the motivation is crazy there. Like the last time Hitman was in this type of situation where like his back was against the wall. So I feel like even him and Easy, right? Like people will say like, oh, he was predicted losing that battle, but like people were like, I don't know. But the last time his back was against the wall was like him versus K-Shine, him versus Tay-Rock. And then when in those particular battles, he handled business. And then on top of that, you put him in a small room where he doesn't have to overthink, doesn't have to overperform, just go in there and rap. I think with St. Louis behind him, like I don't know. Like I feel like the motivation there is just super strong. And this is Ill Will's biggest battle of his career. Not to say that he hasn't showed up for big battles before.
I was about to say, yeah.
Is this really his biggest battle of his career?
You said what?
Is this really Will's biggest battle of his career?
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Oh,
absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. I think this is bigger than the Hollow battle for sure. I think this is bigger than the Hollow battle. You got St. Louis versus St. Louis. And then Will went on record saying, I'm undefeated against Midwest people. Which you can make a case. You could make a case.
I haven't
beaten Cal. I had him beating Cal.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna say Cal. I think
him and Cal's debatable though. Like that, like him and Cal's debatable.
I had Cal. Are we talking about Hitman?
No, I would say Cal and Will. I said that's debatable. I have Will first and third.
It's debatable. That might be my favorite.
I did give that to Cal. I gave that one to Cal. But
I gave that. He was bullying Ill Will in that parking lot, wherever that was.
Will was talking to Cal.
Will was good in that battle.
I know guns ain't legal in New York, but I brought him still.
But anyway, I have Hitman with a slight edge just because I feel like the motivation factor. He's gonna go in there and rap really good. But it's gonna be a debatable battle.
All of STL is there too, so it's like you don't want to lose, and your whole gang is there.
Look at this motherfucker here. Look at Ruff. Look at Ruff. Boy, you feeling it after that win. Boy,
I want to talk about that battle though. Because I was one of the few people to predict Fonz to beat. Once again, shout out to Suge. No disrespect. Me and Suge actually met each other at the face-off, so we had a conversation. So that was dope.
Shout out to Nico was along with you too. He definitely said Fonz is gonna beat Suge.
Shout out to Nico. So he probably saw the vision I saw, but I thought Suge started off slow and it kind of messed up with his whole momentum throughout the battle. Like his first round, he was stumbling, whatever. I'm pretty sure he
Gina don't want to talk about this.
He lost his placement a little bit or whatever. Whereas Fonz showcased consistency. And one thing I was like learning as the battle went on is that like the Houston crowd in particular really is receptive towards punchers, people that are like back to back, you know what I'm saying, with bars and stuff like that. And I felt like Fonz's trajectory, like, he got better and better each round to me. And his third round was incredible. His third round was really
that whole football scheme was fucking insane.
And even before that, how your name shotgun, but you stay in the same pocket. like the T-Mac rebuttal.
And then no, but also he was like one of the ad libs was like lazy nigga or lazy bitch or something. I was like, oh, don't let him talk to you like this.
And my thing is like the beauty because the same thing happened in Jerry West DNA battle when we talk about that if we do. But the second round that Suge had, I'm like, okay, the pressure's back on Fonz. Like Fonz has to respond like really, really well. Like Fonz has to find a way to win this battle because Suge's putting the pressure back on you. Because if Suge gets into that third round and does a what's your life like, it may hit. So you're really going to have to fight back. And then not only does he has a second round that's good too, he closes the battle beautifully. That whole football, like I can name like 4 lines to the football scheme in general. The whole switch to nickel, how you go with no safety, how you gonna defend the Hail Mary. They ended it with the I formation. Like, oh my god.
I formation.
Hey, wait, so y'all gave Fonz the second round?
Nigga,
you very well could. It's a close round. But
I gave the second round. I gave to Suge.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that. What's crazy is when I did, I was doing like my updates on who won as it was happening. I think when I did it, I gave Suge the second, but on a watch back,
it's close. It's close.
Watch back, Gina, damn it,
it's
Gina.
Close.
Listen, I want to say this though, Suge is so elite at like winning the crowd over before he raps that I was really scared for this nigga Fonz. When he started his round,
the second round out the gate,
they were out the gate.
Dog, he had that crowd in the palm of his hands. Pause. Like they you can tell they wanted Suge to do well. That's what made his performance a little bit.
That first round from Suge was disappointing. Like it was he was slipping every other word. I'm like, Suge, if you would have just the way that he said his second, if he would have said his first like that. And I think he even choked at the end. It was like a long pause. And then he said something and then ended. And I was like, Suge, you're opening like this?
I tweeted this out. Always pay attention to Suge while he's rapping. When he starts closing his eyes and squinting really hard, he don't have his shit all together.
He don't have it.
When I seen that, I said, oh,
Ledge, you have a point because Smack went live right before he went on the stage. He was literally walking backstage in a line all the way up to the stage, right? And he's like, oh, I got everybody here. You see John, I think Arsenal was back there, so we knew Arsenal was going to be co-hosting at some point. And then Suge, he walked past Suge, and he's like pointing the camera to Suge like this, right? And he's like, man, Suge is in the zone. I can't even say hi to him. And Suge is like, rapping, and I'm like, Suge, you don't got it. You got your eyes closed. You doing all of this. I'm like, why are you out here practicing right now? Go to the room or something. I was like, he don't got it. He don't got it. I knew.
Even with Arsenal as the host, like it was kind of set up for Suge to win, like,
right?
It was set up like dog. Like when he came, like Lane said, second round, Fonz has a good round. He clears him in the first. Fonz does. Suge just says one phrase and the crowd just went crazy.
Because he cut him off. He didn't even let Fonz finish the little bit that he said at the end. And when Suge does that and then pause and then like let the crowd like react. Oh my! I was like, he's about to he's gonna get these last two. Like it's over for that kid.
He really let himself down like that. That shit was set up, and that crowd is tailor made. One thing I learned about the Houston crowd, and I get that people are coming from different areas, so I don't want to frame it that. But I will say just in the South in general, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people that reside in the South, there's Summer Madness known for that stage in Houston. There are like 3 certain archetypes I feel like they fuck with. They fuck with pace for sure. Like they fuck with flow changes and pockets because it's a very, hey, we want to be a part of the moment too. So that's why does the stomp. And when he running back, the crowd is doing it and saying it with him. When Fonz does the march,
marching with the sticks like a protest,
like a protester.
Nah, Fonz. This is why I was like in my video, I have to apologize because when I tell you, I was hating. Like I was like, this is my thing. I like battles that have like a grudge like this, right? You know how they like talk back and forth. They've been talking back and forth for like a year, like. Or maybe a little bit more than that. And I was like, oh, when people talk like that, I was just like, one of y'all has to blow the other one out the pause. Has to like kill them. Yeah. And I was like, Suge, Fonz has been talking so much shit about you. You have to kill him. And you give me a first round like that. I was so disappointed. But I feel like on the rewatch, it wasn't that bad. It just, I really wanted, especially coming off of his last Summer Madness, like you could have made it closer to me. That's how I feel. And Suge knows,
feel like he won the battle.
Real. Like I love him. I'm North biased always, but
Suge does not feel like he won that battle.
He went on Hip Hop Drill. Said he felt like he won the first 2 rounds. That's what he said. I don't know how he feels like
he thinks he won the first.
He feels like I don't want to misquote him, but for sure he said he for sure felt like he won the second. I don't remember what other round he said he won, but he said he felt like he won the battle. He said like Fonz did good, but he felt like he won the battle. I don't know if he's just saving face or whatever.
I think it might be a little bit of ego thing. It's battle rap, like
he's not one of those. He's not DNA who's gonna say he lost.
I was just about Ledge. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I swear we yo. But I look shout out to Fonz, bro. Like I can't,
he's top tier now.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
I should, but y'all know me. I can't be on that Midwest. I really just don't look like
Fonz was comfortable on there, man. When you did the rebuttal, the dunk rebuttal thing, like it was kind of cringe, but like I said, no, Fonz is too comfortable.
That shit whack. I throw it off the glass of myself.
Like
and I don't know, maybe I've been asleep, but like did he freestyle every round? Like
he did like a rebuttal the second. The second wasn't that good, but the first one, the last one was good.
I didn't know he had that in his arsenal for real. Like
he rebuttal against Nitty too. The add on a clip. The monetized in that battle too.
He did that a few times. Like you just like
he's comfortable. Oh
yeah, he's ready.
I'm still sick about it.
Listen.
Fonz called out Chess. He called out John Adon, and he called out.
I don't want to see Chess battle Fonz.
I don't want to see that.
But I'm just I know Ledge was talking about like who does Fonz battle next because they put all their chips into like the Suge battle, whatever. But I do think there's a couple like
Fonz
top 2 people.
That's who
Fonz versus Twerk.
It has to be in the volume though. It has to be in the volume.
Yeah. So he got a couple plays left, but I just think that this helped him in terms of like really finally reaching top tier.
3 rounds. Fonz versus Cal
rematch. I'm not mad at that.
That's not bad either.
But yeah, to me,
so y'all really don't want a Fonz versus Chess?
Who wants to see Chess?
Listen.
Chess got to get his credit back.
Very good Saturday announcing.
Yeah.
Chess is never. Was good.
Chess is never somebody I don't want to see.
Right.
I don't want to see him at the current state he's at now. Chess always like 2019, that magical 2019 year.
2021.
Yeah, he has to have one of those, and then that's more like a later in the year battle. Like so, he got to build to get to that. I don't want to just see cold turkey Chess get in that battle. I want to see him and Twerk right now. Fonz and like if Geechee,
Fonz and Jerry maybe.
And Ref. I've talked with Ref about that. They are actually closer than people might think. So I don't know.
Oh, him and Jerry is?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Ref like he said, "No, I've tried to pitch that." I think I think so. Quote me.
Ain't Fonz ESB?
Nah, he's not. He's cool with Av though.
Jerry and Av are.
Yeah. But it's just there's certain relationships people got with certain people, like Calico and Hollow. Like Cal and Hollow not battling each other anytime soon. Like,
and that's a battle I would like to see, but I don't think they'll ever do it.
they're really close. Like they're not battling. I would be shocked if they ever battle. Then the bag was different. If they so
I got 2 times that not to battle.
That was
nice.
That was my favorite. One of my favorite.
That was the first round.
No,
I put lead in Jerusalem. Jesus Christ.
I'm not mad at Fonz and Chess. He called him out. Fonz and Twerk for sure. Fonz and Rock maybe a little bit down the line or whatever. But Ars and John, those are the two that those two, and then Chess. Those three are attainable. I don't know about Twerk. I know Twerk is like Twerk just.
I like Fonz and Rock.
You know what it'd be fine?
I actually like Fonz and Rock.
If Fonz battles his former NWX brothers, let's get him against DNA. Let's get him against.
He called out K Shine. He been wanting K Shine. I don't know.
When he won the tournament, he wanted K Shine.
Right. So, but we had to figure out the situation first.
I seen like 2 different cameras of you. I was trying to wait to see which camera you was going to appear on. Miss Tennille, I see you now. She had I was like, damn, which camera is it? She had 2 loaded. I'm like, you trying to do a split screen? What the hell is this? this golden eye? Like this 007? Like what the hell going on here? All right, but she got 1 camera now. Here we go. Here go T joining us. What's good?
Hey y'all. Lane is my favorite. He's so knowledgeable. Lane.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I thought she said Ledge.
Thank you.
You know she ain't say no damn Ledge.
No, Lane. Then Twin.
I don't like the eye movement you just did right there.
She got a lot of echo though. She got a lot of echo.
Oh my God, y'all extra.
Oh yeah, you echoing a little bit.
Okay, I can hear you.
All right, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Lane, my favorite.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Then Twin. Then you, Ledge.
Dang, no Poncho? Good. He could go down.
Yo, but y'all stay asking me for bootlegs. Remember that. The next time y'all want a bootleg, ask somebody else.
Poncho, when's the last time I asked you for one?
Aggressive.
The card before Summer Madness.
I asked him. Wait, what?
The card before Summer Madness, you asked me for bootlegs.
Okay, but how long ago was that, Poncho? That was a long time ago. That was before I started making content. And have you supported any of my content? Everybody and their grandma supported me in my content.
Yes, I retweeted your tweet, though. So you didn't see me retweet your tweet? No, you not see me retweet your tweet this morning.
You waited till 700 other people did it, and now you want to do it. I didn't see it.
No, because I retweeted it. I retweeted it 5 minutes after you posted it.
Sorry.
I retweeted it 5 minutes after you posted it. Now what?
He's a liar.
And you don't even follow 700 people. 700 people don't even follow you. Now let's talk about the facts. Y'all want to talk to me crazy? Now let's get to it. Now let's get to it. I retweeted your retweet. 700 people didn't see that shit because you don't even follow 700 people.
Bye. Gotta go.
Yeah, bye.
Oh man.
Damn.
No, we talking crazy. Let's talk.
Poncho got
Poncho get folks up out of her.
Let's talk. No, because y'all want to talk crazy. Let's talk.
You sound
crazy.
Okay, well, it's about me now. So, hey, guys.
Hey,
how you doing?
What's going on?
Hi, Poncho.
The fuck you want?
Wow. Hey, whoa.
No, well, you know who this is.
Nice getting this, too.
You know, I don't back down from nothing. I was nice to you. I didn't say. I told her that you retweeted. So, I had your back.
I said it's by association. You and Gina's by association.
Nah, you need to split that.
When one of y'all got smoked, both of y'all got smoked. You said what?
Nah, you ain't smoking nobody anyway. Ain't you in the blank space? You stay there.
The blank space.
So,
no, I'm actually at the crib. I don't know what that means. That's why St. Louis ain't winning shit this weekend.
No, I think
St. Louis 0-3.
I think the card was. It was cool.
What is cool? On a scale of 1 to 10, what you saying? 6 is cool.
Yeah, 6 is cool. I would say I'll give it a 6.
Damn.
Ace and Romnitty, I think that was the best back and forth.
Oh,
even though, like, I feel like you know how you somebody nice, but you don't want to give it to them. That's how I feel like with Ace. Like they was listening, but they was like, damn, I don't want to say that was hard, but that wrestling he did, that stomp.
And the
That
Travis
was
Scott bar was crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, he had some crazy. He probably had probably the most haymakers in his rounds. Like
He did.
that was
And then I think he was
work.
learning as he was getting to his round, each round, how to control his crowd. Like he was trying to get like, I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like he
That
was
was a
learning,
big
like,
difference too.
okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I can tell, but yeah, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that, but these are the ones that was pushing to get on there. So you can't fuck up. And we've been, you know what I'm saying, getting smacked to look, you know what I'm saying, like pay attention to y'all videos, promotion and stuff, y'all campaign. Who was the next one?
Diz and Real Sick.
We can skip that.
Yeah, somebody got to do the interview with Smack. Like, you guys,
Was there
gotta talk to him.
Did Smack do any interviews post Summer Madness on Hip Hop
He
is Real?
did, but I don't necessarily. I didn't watch him. I was more or less looking at what the battlers were talking about. I talked to Sick after the battle, and
yeah, what he say?
he was I didn't ask him specifically about the Diz situation. I remember he said that like Diz just like he said I don't care what the circumstances is, you don't say what you said in that third round. He said I've been called that too, but you don't see me like on stage, like, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff like that. I know for me, and as a person that was there, I felt away after that. Like it was crazy because I was like, we was low key giving Diz love for a second round, and then the third round comes and he does that, and my issue particularly is that like there's people calling that third round like a sympathy round. I won't necessarily say it's a sympathy round, but like he's obviously trying to tell you his story or whatever. Right. He's trying to make you guys understand and make us be empathetic towards what he's going through. And then after that, he says, y'all going to hate y'all probably going to boo me for what I'm going to say next. And then he proceeds to say it. So not only are you trying to make us build empathy for you with your round, you openly acknowledge the fact that we were going to feel a way about you saying what you're about to say, and you still said it. Like
real quick,
that's what I don't appreciate. Like that's
real quick. I want to just end. We got somebody, a guest in the chat. I just seen him. Didn't even know he was aware this was going on, or how the fuck you found out about this. But shout out to whoever either told him or he was just in tune with what's going on. Your Honor is joining us here. So what up, Your Honor?
Your Honor.
Man, I'm always nearby, man. I'm always nearby.
Yeah, man. What's good? What's good?
I'm so blessed, man. I'm here to talk the talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Were you in the building for Summer Madness? Where were you?
No. But I seen it. I wasn't there though.
Oh, okay.
No. It was fire though. But I really want to advocate for a small room. I want us to go back to the small rooms, man. I think we need to let go with these 500 plus people, man. We just need to do away with it. They're not sustainable, man. That shit gets stale.
Why?
I think because the artists don't know how to keep rapping, and he always keep repeating that shit, because in the building it is louder than what it portray on camera. On camera we could hear the artist just fine, even if they cheering a little. We could hear him just fine. He don't know that though, because he can't hear himself. And I understand you can't hear yourself out there, so he got to stop or say it again and make sure they can hear the next part. So it's just too much stoppy. It's too stoppy. It's too many. It's just too stoppy, bro. It's too many different pockets of people who want attention, so they yell out dumb shit, and then that takes away from it, and it takes a little bit of some of the attention on them and shit like this. So many.
The attention span short. They don't want to. Yeah. Because you just got a mixture. It seems like you got a mixture of people who just want to beat her and that don't really care about bars. It's like when you get to a small room, it's just more. I don't know. It's like more intimate. People more focused.
This is why time limits should come back, though. I felt like when they had time limits on the big stage battles, those battles were still kind of fire. Like now that there's no time limits, niggas is just writing rounds, and they're going like
is
8
that
bars
true,
back to repeat.
Is that true? Honor, you was on a big stage. Who was that you battled? Was that the Steams battle? That was a pretty pretty big
sizable crowd.
Yeah, sizable crowd. Were there any talks about a time limit for you guys, or y'all just went and just wrote whatever?
I can't remember if we agreed to a time limit. Probably so though, but they don't be stopping you. They don't be tripping on shit like that.
Yeah, they're like they don't want to become a part of the battle. You know what I'm saying? Which
But they
is interesting because they sometimes they do
But it's
that
not
for
a
certain
time
battles.
thing. It's not time. It's the problem ain't time. And she touched on it kind of pretty good. By the way, I agree with what you said. The problem ain't really the time limit. The problem is the artistry. I think the artists don't know how to write for these big crowds anymore. This shit isn't written. It's written for small. All of the judging points and systems and criteria that we judge upon is written for smaller ears to be listening at one time. Because too many motherfucking listeners, there's no way to get the cohesive hurrah that we need, or the cohesive, like they can't do it all at the same time. They gotta come in pockets. They gotta come in pockets and waves. They gotta come in pockets and waves. I don't know how loud that was. Forgive me. It gotta come in pockets and waves and different parts of the stadium saying shit, and nope, they can't. The rapper gotta rap through anything louder than anything lower than like a scream. Like if they're not screaming, you need to be rapping. You need to rap through all the rap through that, rap through rap through that, rap through the other ones. To talk to him, rap through that. You gotta rap through those stupid ones that you could hear clearly, but we can't hear that shit on camera. So it just take it forever. So we skipping that shit. We skipping 10 seconds. Let's get to the next bar. Like we gotta get back to the little rooms like COVID.
Yeah, I guess though, from what I've understood from behind the scenes, the problem is it's a lot of investment in these big stage rooms. It's a lot more eyes.
It's good for URL, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
definitely it was a successful event, no doubt, 100%. Yeah. It just sucks for the artistry, man.
Yeah,
I think the thing is though is like I do think that like I think the variety has bounced, like has shifted again because I remember early on a lot of their stuff like 2011 to like 13 or 14 was all big stage oriented with a couple small rooms in between, and then like 2017 the volume became a thing, volume more legacy and all of that, like that became a prominent thing, and it was more small rooms than big stages. Now I think it's about the dynamic has shifted a little bit.
I think the medium grounds is a good compensation for the big. When I say big, I mean them joints like what they was in yesterday, like urban plot, like them joints, them 2000 joints for really 500 or more. In my opinion, I think it's just too much for a battle rap for the sport. Sometimes, like I just don't think I don't think the sport can take that many ears at once and still run cohesively. It's not designed that way. It should be as minimum people taking this in as possible, so that man. But no, I think the Born Legacy rooms was fire. The Bad Legacy rooms,
like
that size,
500, 400.
yeah, that size, yeah, like we did in Richmond. That size is a good size.
If I can make an analogy, because I'm 37 years old, so you know what I'm saying, I grew up in the AN1 era, right? And if you remember how Rucker Park was, right? But when they got that ESPN deal and they started having the actual games in like Madison the Garden and shit like that, players themselves said what he's saying for his genre. Like, yeah, it's more eyes on this, but the essence is gone, the feel is gone. And soon after it died down because people they were traveling to these big stages and it just, for their
that's a great perspective. More than anything, I think that I'm looking at it from a psychology of the fan standpoint, from the psychology aspect of humans as fans, as they are defined by, because we're up there performing and they're out there listening and replying with cheers and various of sounds. So as they are defined, psychologically speaking, there is no way that a battle is going to not end up staling out or getting booed or getting dumb by the middle of the second, because it's too many motherfuckers on stage. It's too much to look at. It's not centered around just the two people going. It's way too many celebrities back there. It's too much other stuff that's taking the eyes away from the performance, which in turn disconnects the cheer. So I don't know how kindergarten we got to speak. So let's just go all the way to pre-K. A haymaker is when the entire crowd cheers at one time, and it's so cohesive that it breaks the sound. It goes crazy loud. Okay, that's one of the hardest things to achieve. Not because it's only a little bit of people here, or it's a lot of people in here, simply because you got to guarantee all of them to catch it at the same time.
Yeah.
The problem with them stages is it's impossible to catch it at the same time. It's too many. The sound is too circumvented. It's
traveling.
It's and so you just get spurts of it. It may build up, but then it die down. But then it takes 13 to 15 seconds for him to get back to his rhymes, but it wasn't 13 to 15 seconds worth of reaction. It wasn't he paused because this shit is just too crazy and he can't rap. No, he paused because he keep hearing shit that we ain't hearing, and he ain't rapping, and he can't compartmentalize and understand that when it come on camera, bro, we gonna be waiting for you to rap. I pride myself on rapping. I don't take them long ass, stupid ass breaks and take a circle around the motherfucker, take a lap, an unnecessary lap around your opponent, then do some more dumb shit, and it gets stale after a while, bro. It just gets stale, and the wow is the second round, and I'm not talking about for me. I'm talking about for the fans. Obviously, this is why none of these battles make it to the second round of interesting. Every round that was interesting is the first, and that's it. How come they don't make it to the second round of interesting? How come the third round wasn't interesting?
That's can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pancho.
So do you think that there are some battles that do deserve a big stage though, or would you just rather keep it at the small 500?
I don't. It needs to be more VIP exclusive somehow. It can't be as random as buy City of Houston, buy a ticket, come on out. It should be. Okay, yeah, Surf won't be there, whether he on a card or not. Oh, Freezer, let's say he was home. I'm just thinking of people in the back. Nunu, the other people that come, Kid, these whoever else would be there. It gotta be them plus two of their print, plus like it gotta be more exclusive of a party so that we can, because none of us are seeking attention. It's the fans who wanna be closer to those artists, so they do more shit, and they, you know what I'm saying, they eat dick and shit. They like that's a term for like what's being on, how do I explain being on dicks, like they, you know what I'm saying, but oh, my bad, I'm losing my track. Okay, reel me back in, bro. Yeah, reel me back in.
Yeah, no, what I was gonna say is Lang here alluded to the same thing. I think he was talking about Real Sick, when Real Sick couldn't tell, he couldn't even gauge if the crowd was fucking with his material or not. Lang being in the crowd was like, dog, keep rapping. We actually are reacting. You might not be able to can tell because it's not, like you said, it's not a collective roar. It's more like scattered ums and oh, that was fire. But and that might be because of, like you said, the room size. So
right, and when the building is large, we can't hear them scattered praises, the scattered applauses. We can't hear it, but all we see is that he is not currently rapping, and nothing. And we just like, what the fuck is rap? What is stopping them? It's the flow. They break up the movie. We already know it's fake. We up there watching wrestling, but what if they really took water breaks in between every slam? It would genuinely take you out of the show, because you see, why do you keep needing water? Like, you can't break it up but so much before we genuinely be like, yeah, this is dumb, because it is a movie. Like, it's a movie up there. So if the less you break immersion to that fact, the better it be. But they break it all the time because it's too many motherfuckers in there, man. That shit too loud for them. They just gotta keep rapping and trust that we hear that shit on camera. You gotta rap for us.
Damn,
it brings a crazy level of science into this shit, and I'm trying to break it down. And I wish I wasn't high.
Did that, I would never watch wrestling again. So
yeah, they can't. I imagine wrestling keep taking or doing something that's not wrestling. Anything that they're not actually moving and slamming.
Like if they try to make every slam, or if they try to make every slam a dramatic spot, and then like there's a pause in between, like to
do dumb shit. Right, you gotta pause that after 4 consecutive slams that took place. Then you can pause and do some showmanship for the crowd. Right. But you can't take us out of the movie that much. This is mostly my screenwriting background, or screenplay background. But you can't take us out of it too. They take us out of it. But Ramen, whatchamacallit, was fire. Ramen Ace was. Yeah, I don't want to turn this into me hogging. My bad. I feel like I'm just trying to answer the question honestly, but
no, we've been rocking for about an hour and some change anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I've never really thought about the complexity of how sound carries and how it can affect both the fans and the artists, because now that I think about it, it creates an unnecessary disconnect from both. So that might be something that people should change. Because I do believe, like, because I'll and what's
See,
funny
back in
is,
the day, oh my bad.
no, I was just gonna say what's funny is I've been on record saying my favorite series from URL particularly are two. One are the Born Legacy series, where it's like no more than 400 or 500, and people know I love the volume.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
so this kind of coincides with kind of my theory as well. So like this, I just never really articulated it in this fashion, but I can totally see how the artists can be like kind of tired of this shit for real.
So you mean to tell me all the battles just somehow subpar out of nowhere, and then it'd be another card where all of them just happen to be fire? So all of the outside two card fucking fire. The whole outside two was phenomenal, and now all of a sudden it's just not good. What is that like? That should tell you right there. We ain't booking different niggas.
We very rarely get like a big stage event where all the battles are good. It's few and far in between for sure. I can understand that. It does take a certain level of expertise, a certain level of it does take a certain level of expertise, a certain level of professionalism and what I'm saying, showmanship to kind of carry the attention of an audience for a 3-round stretch. That's why we commend the Tay Rocks, the Surfs, and all those guys that can do it. But for like your regular rappers or people that are like from a craft perspective, people that are just like really honed in to just a rapping and a lyricism, situation or whatever, it can be a tall task for them because then they have to incorporate other things to capture the audience attention outside of like what we're actually supposed to be paying attention to, which is the content. That's why it took Nitty a little bit of time to like really understand how to connect with the audience on a broader scale.
Figure it out. Yeah,
so I think back then, when we was doing the big ones back then, the fans were a lot different. They actually listened and said it was dead silent while Hitman and Surf is setting up whatever they setting up. K-Shine setting up, they set up. Everybody get their full setup in silence back then. Like these niggas, I mean, not these niggas, my bad, I'm going to say the rappers now don't even be getting time to. That's why they got to bring it back so much, because every line does matter to the boss. So they got to bring it back so much because they not getting time for their setup. The fans ain't patient for setups anymore. I don't know. I just prefer. I prefer that. I prefer the only way I believe it works is if everyone who's in the building has been in this shit for longer than a decade. That's the only ears that need to be in the building, because anything else it ain't gonna work out.
I don't know if I agree with that, but what I will say,
maybe not a decade, sure. Yeah.
But what I will say,
more exclusivity, less. It should be more people that we know than people we don't.
Well, I might be. I think I'll probably agree with that. And I also think location is starting to matter. And I said this a long time ago when they start going to Atlanta, like certain places are built for like more of a tourist vibe, like certain
true.
Like certain areas, certain locations.
Yeah, you come to Maryland. Maryland. Maryland, a great example of that.
I'm just going there this is a part of the function. I'm here. This is a battle rap event, but I'm going to mingle. I'm going to see what's popping after the event. Like this, for me, this is just an experience. There's long, like kind of what you said, Honor. Like long gone are the days of people. I'm just going to see battles. I'm here to focus. Don't my phone off, my phone on silent. I ain't got time. Like text me tomorrow. Like that's gone. People are here doing. I would never forget. I forgot what battle that was. I can literally hear people in the audio saying, "Yo, bro, what you got up after this?" I said, "I know they ain't doing this shit on pay-per-view live."
Right.
Like I heard that shit, and that shit fuck with me. I'm like, are y'all really having? And they had like a good. I think it was on Twitter. People was like, "Yo, do y'all hear this on a big stage event? Like a conversation on what y'all got up at while a battle. It was Shine and Rock when they battled.
That was in Atlanta too. That was in Atlanta.
You see, so I'm not making this up. So like when that shit happened and I heard the audio, like, yo, what you got up? Shit, me and homegirl talking about. So I said, so like that type of just like carelessness, that type of just kind of, I hate to say it, but just letting anybody in, that shit got to get cut out. That shit got to get cut out.
I mean, I'm not advocating that it do get cut out. I was just suggesting that's the only foreseeable, logical thing that I could see fixing it. Other than that, it's going to be what it is. I'm just, if I ideally speaking, the super drastic measures to bring it back to great audience would be simply just limiting the amount of random fans.
Do you feel like? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you good.
No, I was just gonna say, like, do you feel like another way we can kind of like mediate that is by like doing like just like maybe 2 to 3 big stages a year, and then the rest like the in between stuff. Because I feel like 2021. I feel like 2021 was a great example of that. 2021 it was one of my favorite years because
how many big stages they had this year so far?
Let's see, they had Redemption 2. They
Kings
had
versus Queens.
Kings versus Queens. Gnome Impact, mind you, I think they had like 3 events in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So
Gnome Impact.
They had
the Born joint, right?
Yeah, and then they had this one. So they have about like 4 or 5 big stages already.
That's not. We got 4 months left. That's not bad. Yeah, I think less big stages would be better. Definitely, I would have to agree with that 100%.
Yeah. And then they got and then I think the last one they got is Homecoming. I feel like that's gonna be a pretty big stage. But I would say
sometimes it does matter where it's at. You could pull in big stages off where it's like I don't know. Yeah. It's tough,
York,
bro.
I feel like New York got to always play a part in it. Like New York got to always at least once a year you got to tap into New York and find some other spots, man. But like, yeah, location matters. People, like I said, certain places it's more about everything else when your experience is there. Because you got to think, man, these people are coming from out of town, and you're saying a weekend in Houston. Battle rap is a part of it, but it ain't the main thing if you talking about a weekend in Houston with adults. You know what I mean? A weekend in Atlanta, especially what about people who are traveling from cold cities? Like if you telling me I can go to an event in Atlanta for the weekend and I live up north and it's November, December, I'm not just going to go there and watch a battle. I'm going to go and like really have fun. So yeah. So like you got to think about the human element in this shit when it comes to booking and things like that. So
much psychology involved. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I definitely gotta wrap this up. Shit, I gotta feed my dog. I got my chocolate lab Okie. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate y'all, man. I'm always watching.
Hey man, I appreciate you, bro. I don't know, like I said, I was like, damn, is that honor for real? But yeah, what you got up on the battle side? What's going on with you before we get out of here?
Probably not too much. You know, I'll take it slow now. If something light, what's the best way to explain it? I'm trying to figure out now if I still want to do it, but I know I'm gonna end up taking a battle because I'm gonna want the money. I'm gonna need the money. All right, you know what I'm saying? So I know I'm gonna end up taking one, but at this point, it's one of them things because I'd be okay if I never do it again. It was fun, but you know, not for me in the long run.
Nah, I respect that. Hey,
and is it because of is it just because of just, you know what I'm saying, like the hoops and stuff you have to go through, the dynamic of where battle rap is headed? Or like is there a certain thing that's keeping you from like continuing the battle from a passionate standpoint?
Yeah, I just don't want to promote this type of negativity much anymore. As I continue to try to change things in real life for my city and my people, it started to really become a bit of a contradiction at times. It was funny. It was cool at first, you know, because it was expressive, but now it's really becoming a bit of a contradiction. So I'm just trying to stay on the right track. You know, I can only go but so far anyway, as far as like my religion and my belief. I can't influence and be of influence of things like that. You know, but battle rap is one of the compromises because we don't really influence negative behavior for children or anything like that. But in the short, yeah, it's one of those things. If I don't switch it up, if I don't figure out a way to adopt another style of talking and how to still be able to 3-0 an opponent properly without mostly negative, aggressive, overly aggressive, hypersexualized, hyper-criminalized activities and gun, you know what I'm saying, the guns, the aggravated assault and misdemeanors and all the charge without all the violent play. If I could find a way to somehow pick another talent lane that I can get into to somehow craft something that could beat these niggas, because without guns and drugs, I wouldn't even know how to rap. So, you know what I'm saying, I don't know where to start. So if I could find a way to maybe not really luck some shit or B-dot some shit, but just find a smoother way to still get way to kill. Like, I mean, I could joke though, that's the thing, but I'm not so sure 3 rounds of joking won't do anything against a nigga who ain't playing.
You're entertaining and creative though, and I think you could find, and I think I'll always go to people with experience in that field. I would say holla at A-War, holla at DNA for the most part. When he said I'm taking out gun bars, I think he probably had one of his best runs of note. Like when he went against Geechee, he went against So like, sometimes you got to tap in with those who, just like when Kobe was trying to learn how to do the post move, he didn't teach himself. He went to Olajuwon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you
You're right about that.
Yeah,
and I think you're downplaying your creativity, because I feel like there's been countless lines that haven't been like the most overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying, including like violence and stuff like that. One of my favorite lines was against Squeako in the opening round. You said it was pertaining to Rex. You said, in order for me to climb up the mountain, I have to follow in the goat steps. Like there's something like stuff like that, like the creativity aspect. I don't think you. I
How
think
the
you
hell
have
you
that where
you just grabbed her like his motherfucker's a
well,
encyclopedia.
I'm a fan, you know what I'm saying, and I personally, because for me, I've seen Your Honor have these conversations before about leaving the culture and stuff like that, and for me, like I'm very entertained by what you bring, and I do think that you're a breath of fresh air from a stylistic standpoint, and I still think like you can find a way to fine tune your style to where you can take that part out of it.
My compromise to myself was that I'll just stay on the lower ends of it. That's why I never ascended to be anything big in it, because I can't be of influence to negative behavior. That I cannot be. And under the level that which we play it at, it's actually pretty safe. I could do it there, you see. But the minute you start, I think, becoming like any popular like Twerk or one of them, and actually start having influence and real consequences to the things you're saying, that would be as far as I could go. You see what I'm saying? But I think I can get away with just staying out local. Just stay low. Final exams coming up. Take on one of them little niggas at the final exams where it's all love and everybody here for the sport. And we ain't bullying, influencing, or you know what I'm saying, or instigating any of that stuff. So it's one of those things. It's complex. It's not complex, but it's thought provoking. It's very thought provoking. I'm getting old, I guess, and I'm just thinking a little more. You know what I mean?
No, that's as we age. Yeah, a lot weighs heavy on the crown, man. So I definitely understand that.
Ain't that for sure?
If I could understand that, bro, for sure. But I appreciate your time and Your Honor. Like I said, I wish you the best, even outside of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the main thing, man. This shit is here, but this ain't everything. So appreciate you, bro.
I'll be back though, no doubt. I still can't be in the ring because, like I said, I'm gonna need the money. So make no mistake, I'm gonna get back in there one way or another.
Yeah, man. Looking forward.
It's too sweet. It's too sweet.
Nah, for sure. Like I said, definitely tap in with people that experienced the same thing and made that transition. I think the first time DNA, and he did it in a test battle, kind of like he did it against Luke Castro. And I noticed, I'm like, so like you kind of practice it against, kind of like you said, final exam, like you just do a rough draft of it, see how it turns out. I think if anybody can do it, it's a creative mind like you who is more than like Lang said, like a lot of your standout material wasn't really filled with like a lot of violence. It was just more of an entertainment, crowd pleasing, performative type of bar. You know what I'm saying? So I think you got it. But Lang,
you saying something? Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Hey,
I don't do personals. I know a little bit. It makes it twice as hard because I don't do personals. I never really do personals, so it's twice as hard to not have gumballs or personals. What you gonna
do? Lane, what you got coming up? I know wasn't you just on Champion recently?
Yeah, so I did the Champion, the Summer Impact, the Summer Madness 13 recap with Black. Working on a couple things. I have a huge project coming at the end of the year. I'm gonna have a Max Out, the story of Max Out 3 coming out either tomorrow night or sometime this week. I have a lot of things in the works. Rappers Pentagon still will be up. So like last year, top 5 performances from battlers. This year, I did T-Top, Loso, and Cortez. I have 2 more contestants for the contest or whatever. I'll be sending out surveys for that. Whoever wins ends up winning $500, sponsored by the Speaking Our Language show. And yeah, just continue to follow the channel. More content coming out. If Poncho's still there, you know what I'm saying? We still want to see those verses. You know what I'm saying? I still watch your channel. So if you want to, you know what I'm saying?
He was killing it with the verses. I ain't gonna hold.
Yeah, no, he was doing his thing with the verses. So I don't even know if he's still there or whatever. But I just want to give him his flowers as well.
I ain't gonna be a hater. They was fire. Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. And like just trying to ask you one last question about you gonna be at Max Out. When do you? Because everybody travels at a different time. When you plan on hitting the road?
Yeah, so so it's a flight. So I plan on leaving that morning because the event doesn't start until like 10 or 11. I want to say 12, but I plan on making there like early that morning. You know what I'm saying? Making it to the event early and then flying out the next morning or whatever. I've done that countless times where I didn't even book a hotel. Just went there, watched the event, go back to the airport, and then go home. Like that's how much I love the sport. So like for me, it's nothing. Like I know for other people, like you got to do a whole weekend, have to have a hotel. I just go there, go back to the airport, and come back home. And
yeah, and I think people just hate the hassle of that. But I think if you travel light, it's less of a stress. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you maybe with a carry on and you just you go there and you come back.
And then for me, it's like when I'm in the airport, that's when I'm crafting my scripts. That's when I'm writing down like ideas and stuff for the channel or whatever. So it's really downtime and a long time for me to like really like start setting stuff up for my channel and stuff like that. So.
I totally relate to that. So I was doing that going to I was getting, going to like the camp out, going, for supporting ref and Fonz League out in Ohio. Sometimes I would take a train, and that train ride. First of all, a train is more comfortable than a plane. By far. I got so much leg room. The seats are huge. And I just like looking at, you're going by cornfields. We in the Midwest, so you seeing tons of cornfields and really beautiful lakes and shit like that. So I was able to write or like put down think pieces and shit like that for podcasts and stuff like that. So like if you know how to manage your time, it's really pretty dope. That's really it, man. Appreciate Poncho, M Lane, T, Gina, Hardcore Flavor. And Your Honor, did not expect that, and I didn't tweet him like, yo, pull up. So that was just dope. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know he knew about the channel. So appreciate y'all, man. We out of here, man. I'll see y'all soon with some TTP uncut episodes on Spotify, exclusive on Spotify. I'll have some fun. We got serious with the Summer Madness 13 shit, but I'm gonna have fun on that. Just like finding some shit that's some jokes and some things I noticed on some funny shit. And that's it, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Have a good one. Keep it battle rap. Peace and love, man. We are out.